Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Let's Get Loud podcast. I was trying to record earlier and it said my microphone wasn't working. So hopefully my microphone's working. Um, hi everyone. This is the solo podcast episode with every single Friday. I was actually on my walk and I was like, oh, I didn't record my podcast. So I made the choice to cut my walk a little bit short and come and record this podcast for you before my family gets home because Neil took my kids to Silver Lake in Sackville with his parents. And I feel like I've been given the gift of hours of time to work. And when they arrive through the door, it is mum time. But holy moly, it is so nice to sit at my desk for a couple hours and actually get some work done. And I wasn't that mad about cutting my walk short because it is so hot today. It's so humid. I actually need to pause to take a little drink. So good. I always put electrolytes in my water after I come home from a walk, and it's just such a good treat. I love plain water, but it's like such a nice treat to have that electrolyte water. I just use the ones I buy them from Amazon. Let me know if you want the link. There's nothing magical about electrolytes. I just find they help me feel even more. I don't know. I feel like I have more energy after I have them, and I just really enjoy the taste, to be honest. Okay. So let's get into things. What have I been up to? Last time I came to you guys, I was on my way for an epic camping trip. So we were no electricity, no running water on this camping trip. We are pooping in a hole in the woods. So it's a very we are camping. And I went into that with a goal of creating a managing my surplus is always my goal when we're in special situations. But if I'm really honest, I thought, do you know what, this trip, I could create a deficit this trip. I think I could. And why did I make that choice was because it's what I wanted. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about doing what you want. And this is a question that comes up and it almost like takes me aback when people ask me that. And they're like, well, do you find it hard to not drink when Neil's drinking? And I'm like, nope, it's because the choice of not drinking is what I want. And people say, do you find it hard to go for your walks? No, because going for my walks is what I want. Do you find it hard not eating at night? Nope, because not eating at night is what I want. And so there's something to be said about what I want. When I make a choice of what I want, it's not just, do I want to put chips in my mouth? Do I want to lay on the couch? It's not as simple as that one actual action. It's more complex. And when I consider what I want, I consider it more holistically. And I would love for you guys to start making decisions based on what you want, but try to think further than just that exact moment. So every single decision that I make has consequences, but I truly believe to my core that the decisions I make every single day are always, imagine the life that you live. I always choose what I want, always. Now, of course, it doesn't mean it's all rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes I do laundry and I don't want to physically do the laundry, but do you know what I do want? Clean laundry, a tidy house. So it's not just about the small action you're about to do or not do, it's about the bigger picture. And so let's talk about drinking. I feel like it's been a conversation a lot lately, just because it's been the most significant lifestyle habit change that I've made in quite a few years. Obviously, when I first started my weight loss journey 9 years ago, wow, the first 2 years of my journey were deficit, on average deficit for sure. And then the rest has been maintaining. So it's been 7 years that I've been maintaining this weight off as a part of your weight loss. And so, obviously at the beginning of that journey, it was making massive lifestyle habit changes, portions, what I'm eating, moving my body, working on binging. Those things were massive, and they made a massive impact on not only who I am as a human being, but my weight loss. And I really have kind of just been in maintenance mode since. But right now, it's not about weight loss to me. It's about overall wellness. And I'm turning 42. I'm not 20 anymore. And I was feeling as of January, I was feeling the effects of just like joint pain and just not feeling like I had as much energy as I used to have. And energy is my most precious resource. Like I want to wake up every day feeling refreshed and have enough energy in the tank to do whatever I want to do all day long and then put my head on a pillow at night and do it all over again. Like that is what happiness is for me. And so I was just not feeling that way. And so I started to make some changes, taking supplements and all of those things. But drinking less was something that had been kind of like knocking at my door. Like the idea had come up. And so this is my biggest habit change that I've made. Now, here's the thing I really want to be clear on. Why did I make that change? Because I wanted to. Not because I felt like I had to, not because I wasn't sleeping when I was drinking, because I wanted to. So every single choice you make has consequences. The choice of me drinking alcohol, sometimes the consequence is feeling like shit the next day, is not sleeping, is making food choices I wouldn't make without alcohol. Those are consequences. And when I choose to drink alcohol, I'm choosing those consequences. And when I choose to say no, the consequences are feeling more rested, making different choices. It doesn't mean one's right or wrong, though. That's what I really want you guys to get across to you guys. So anyways, all this to say, I chose to not bring any alcohol with me camping. And when I started to really, think about drinking and when it would be important to me and when I would feel totally satisfied with leaving it, camping was one of those things that came up as like, not really worth it to me. Like, I'd have like a couple drinks throughout the day. And then like maybe my drinks would total like 8 drinks. And because, at camping, you start drinking at noon, and then go to bed at like 10. And it's like, I didn't really feel the impact of the alcohol, like, because it wasn't compounded over such a long period of time, but I still put all of that in my body. And it just didn't feel like a worth it time. Like, trust me, sitting on a patio with my girlfriends, no kids around, a good cocktail, yes, please, like worth it. So when I choose that cocktail in that situation, it's because it's what I want. You see, I went to a wedding and there was Prosecco and I walked in, I was like, I want that. So I chose that. So anyways, back to camping. Someone said, do you find it really hard to not drink when Neil's drinking? And I'm like, no, I do not look at other people's decision to make my decision. And where I really want you guys to get clear, what the message I'm really hoping to get across today is when you get really clear on your vision and your why, you start to make choices that are what you want. And with those choices comes change. And when I got on the scale after the trip, not that this was about the scale said, you crushed it, Alicia. And I was so proud, and not because of the scale. I was so proud because I made changes. I stayed connected. I showed up as who I wanted to be. I left that camping trip with 0 regret, which is such a great feeling. I continued, I arrived home with momentum towards my goal. And that feels so good. So I meant to start this podcast by telling you guys that today, if you are listening to this podcast on Friday, August 2nd, we have a deal for you. We decided, because I said to Jose, I was at Jose's house on Wednesday, and I said, you know what? I think there's some people that are feeling like they don't love the path they're on right now. They don't want to wait until September. They see value in getting connected to who they want to be now. Let's start figuring out what your vision is. Let's start learning about calorie deficit, habit change, meal plans. Let's start getting into the content. Let's start flirting with actual habit changes you're going to implement come the fall. Imagine how ahead you would be if you had taken in all of we have like, I don't know, 70 videos. They're all like 3 to 5 minutes long, all on different topics. Imagine if you had taken in all of that information in August and then September, you were like ready to run, literally run. And I said, let's give them the craziest offer we've ever given them. Let's give them 50% off. So if you're listening to this right now, today and you want a change in your life and you have been flirting, you've been creeping us, you're listening to the podcast, you're watching us on YouTube, you're watching us on Instagram, sorry, you're looking at the Facebook post and you're like, stop me and just press join. 1, 2, 3, go. I'll put the link to join in the podcast notes and we'll see you on the inside. Incredible things are happening within our membership in August. We're grounding our people. We're refocusing. We are getting ready for the freshness of September. And I want you guys to be ready and feel ready and not just go in being like, oh, I don't know what to do or where to go. You start September knowing where the changes are you want to make, and you have your environment set up to make those changes. That sounds sexy to me. Anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys that I'm feeling phenomenal. I'm just feeling really good, and it feels good to feel good. I'm on my way for another camping trip. Oh, wow. This one's a little bit longer. We're going to PEI for 4 days. So when I get home, I'll give you guys an update, and I will be going on that trip with the same intention. Stay connected to who I want to be and always choose what I want, but be very intentional about what I want and staying connected to what I want. Get it? Feels so good. All right, everyone, have an amazing weekend. Bye.